Well, my friends, I am back on another video. Doing Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. Background. It was a manga series where I call you how go to gay or go to whatever it's pronounced. I was showing Jump. I think the manga came out around 2017. I actually should look up at some time for review the TV specials, which are just recaps of the entire season. Yeah, there's about 4 TV specials you can watch on that Crunchyroll and nowhere else. Let me just check special features actually. Nope, it's not happening on here. So basically, we can't watch them unless you have a Crunchyroll subscription. So, yeah, I'm not going to watch a Hashira trailer on Crunchyroll as well since, well, it is coming to Blu-ray. It may take a while. Not even that many episodes anyway, 8 episodes, so I can just knock it out in all day. Anyway, probably use Crunchyroll for watching a movie. Infinity Castle, when it's not dropping on Crunchyroll, it's dropping sometime in 2026 probably. I don't know why it's taking so long. Maybe you want more reruns in cinemas? I don't fucking know. Anyway, the anime came out in 2019, 2 years after the manga. It did come out in 2017. Since I know that My Hero anime began in 2016. The manga's been running since 2014. The anime was animated by a studio called UFO Table, but somebody pronounces UFO Table for some bloody reason. Don't ask me why, I don't fucking know. It's like when people pronounce 1.5 as 1/2 when it's not pronounced that way. Sure, it might be me because I'm British. I know for a fact that people I know don't pronounce half as 1/2. Like, who does that anyway? I don't understand. Never mind. I'm not getting an argument. I'm frustrated enough with this or that. Anyway, let's get into the story. So the story opens up in Taisho era Japan. It's around from 1912 to the 1920s. And we just do our protagonist, Tanjiro Kamado, lives in the mountains with his mother and siblings. Five siblings, actually. The name's not really that important, except for one, Nezuko. She's on the fucking cover. Yeah, that's the problem. We don't care about the family. We don't care. Even though we're supposed to. It's because the narrative doesn't give us a reason to care. It is. Alright, let's go this way. So Tanjiro lives in the mountains with his family. One day he went down to town to get some charcoal. Or sell some charcoal, sorry. Since it's a small place, everyone knows who they are. I had to come home. And one of the villagers tells Tanjiro to stay the night because the Oni will come out. Basically, it's what they call in demons. Oni does mean demon in some place. I saw in Titan Demon now. The main name for demons in Japan is Akuma. Hence why in Miraculous, Gabriel goes the battle place he raises the Miraculous. Akuma's as the devil, it symbolizes with evil, and he's creating supervillains. It's actually a clever name. I never knew that when I was young, but I learned it over time. That was really clever of them. Fly away, my little Kuma. It's actually clever. Shows how much they take from Japanese content. Like having a villain name, it's a bit name one of the main sources of giving the villains their powers after freaking demons. I know it's unrelated, but I wanted to mention it. Yes, even like action. Tanjiro's English BA, Zach Angela, if I pronounced that right, is in Miraculous. Start in the recent Miraculous TV special, the recent Miraculous World special, with him playing one of the main characters. One of the main characters is going to be starring in the upcoming Stellar Force series, Kazuno. The poster and stuff, I thought he was gonna be like a different type of character. Have a more lighter voice, but yes, I don't know. I'm gonna put Justin Brenner. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I might be wrong. The English voice of Deku. I can say he might make it better, but might sound a little more better, but because he reminds me more of Deku. Seriously, he just reminds me of Deku for some reason. I think Justin Brenner just suits him more. But it's just my opinion. Alright. Um so anyway, demons are creatures that come out at night, feast on humans. Of course, no one's because they probably end up dead if they do. So yeah, Tanjiro doesn't pay that much mind. When he returns home next morning, he comes home to a shock. His family killed, except for Nezuko, who's still alive. So this is my main issue with the first chapter. Since this is adapted and stuff. Why should we care about the Commodore family? Their names are argument that important. Why should you remember their names? And they're killed off in the first fucking few minutes. Not joking, this is not towards the end of the episode or anything, this is midway through the episode. That's my issue with some stories. Like, they gotta give us a reason to care. Okay, well, like, how can you be invested in the story? Our issue was like Token, Anki, and Sanda. Sanda, why should we care about this world if it doesn't explain much? Like, what happened to this? Sure, there should be mysteries and stuff, but it should at least hint at something. It's not right with this world, other than saying Christmas used to exist. Sure, the regime stuff. We don't see anything bad. Nothing that's bad is the freaking girl character trying to kill our protagonist. For different reasons, obviously. Also, why should we care about missing girl? Oh, if why should we suspect any foul play from this bloody country and stuff? Why should we care about that if we don't get any info on why it's bad? So get evidence wrong, so that's not what I mean. Why should we care if it doesn't explain much? Or why should we care about Shiki and Togen's Anki? Why should we care about his relationship with his dad if we don't see much of it? Brooks has built it up there. She saw his relationship with his dad prior to finding out about his powers. They had a good bond. So you really feel the hurt when ends up saying that he's not his father later on. And that makes us care when he dies. That makes us care. So when it comes to stories, you have to make us care for the tragedy. You have to. Another example, Dororo. It actually improved upon Tezuka's manga in a way. Yeah, this whole thing. The 2019 adaptation came out the exact same year as this manga anime. Coincidence. Where the one episode, the protagonist, Yakimaru, well, the original protagonist, because it was obviously that the original protagonist was supposed to be Dororo, hence the title, but that changed because it got cancelled. He's a hope. American Falcon did a entire video about Dororo. I recommend you check it out. Basically, Yakimaru ends up falling in love with a girl. Keep on myself. It's a time so we see that but we feel more emotion when they're killed by jackass soldiers. Just because they think she might be selling info to a rival country. It's awful. And you feel Yakimaru's rage. We care. Because it was built up. It was showing us. We want no time to form a connection. So, yeah, I can't help but talk about what I want to see is when I'm watching or reading a story, I want to care. You have to make the person reading or watching your content care. You have to care, make people care for your narrative, care for the protagonist's journey. If you don't, then you lose. You don't have that connection. That's the most fun about real storytelling. Make us care. And Demon Slayer has a lot of issues in its story as well. But it's still a great series. Yaiba Table's animation is chef's kiss. Amazing. So anyway, after that, Naruto quickly takes Nezuko to find someone to heal her up, get her to the hospital and stuff, but or at least a local doctor before she wakes up again. As if she's been turned into a demon. Tanjiro trying to reason with his sister. They're being saved though by a man wearing a weird Hakuto. Shiori, I think it's called. Huh? It's just basically a jacket, a kind of coat in a way. Not made of rough material, it's just made of more softer material. Think of it like a shirt. It's made with those types of materials. It's just more like a shirt, but as a jacket. It was just coming in Japan at the time. I think it's a Haori, actually. And this guy carries a katana. I like his voice actor. His Japanese player is the same actor who plays Suguru Keto in Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm much of the dubbing it well, so I'm currently more leaning towards leaning towards Geto's Japanese VA. It's the same, just jarring hearing a diva voice going out to the character. You filthy monkeys. So if I do eventually watch Jujutsu Kaisen dubbed, that's also in my opinion changes a lot. On that. Anyway, like always, like the past few days, I've been using the Blu-rays to watch for these reviews. Use for these reviews. On the US, these released under Crunchyroll, but here in the UK, they released under the company All the Anime, a UK-based company for distributing anime. They're the only reason why a lot of anime films are distributed in cinemas these days. They had the One Piece movie. They helped distribute it. So I think they also did the Demon Slayer movie recently. So their distribution system. If you come in the UK and see their logo, you know it's produced by them. And they used to bring a lot of stuff we could not get here in the past. Let's see, what else did they do? We got Tokyo Ghoul all seasons, including the live action version. And some of the live action versions did release on UK home media, especially Death Note. See, not the 2017 one by Netflix. No, that one's crap. I'm talking about the one from the 2000s. Yeah, all the two movies and its spin-off, all available on DVD in the UK. And you can watch the TV drama, which is a condensed retelling of the manga, from what I can tell. I don't think, I don't know. I plan to check that out actually once I'm more familiar with the source material. Once I'm more familiar with it. I have seen Death Note, but I'm going to read the manga as well. I'm also going to finish up my read through JoJo Part 4. Anyway. Tanjiro doesn't want his sister killed. She's his only family. He begs, and he's scolded by the man. You know? But it's all in good faith, though. Let all the emotions out. So, the man blames himself for not being here earlier to save them. If he'd been here a day earlier, or Billy, he might be able to save them. I actually want to see a what if chapter, see how see if that can help. Like how he interrupt the Commodore family. I really want to see a one shot based on that. It's also a sort of spin-off manga. It's 4 chapters long, but the two chapters focus on but it's 2 chapters focus on one character. It's called Fire and Water. The character me here has a section as 2 chapters focus on himself, which is set after this encounter. And he told you fights with his sister. It was a cool trick. As they're getting knocked out. Nezuko goes after him. The guy really thinks she's going to devour him, but she doesn't. She protects him. Seeing as a possibility, she's resisting the urge of the usual urges. Since she's been turned into a demon, she hasn't had any blood. So she must be starving. Yet she still wanted to protect her brother, even though she could beast on him, showing she's resisting it. She's unique. So, a little bit later after we gain consciousness, a man named Gyo Tomioka tells him to go look for a man named Sakonji Rokodaki. Then he sent, basically sent Gyo Tomioka sent him. So in the next few days, Tanjiro and Nezuko travel to look for us with Sakonji Rokodaki. I got becoming a demon. Tanjiro is hesitating, but when a man in a Tengu mask shows up. He reveals his name was Kanji Rokodaki. The man I'm looking for. And basically questions Tanjiro, what will he do if his sister ate a human? Because Tanjiro hesitates because, he's so kind, never thought about that. So here's a long way to go. So, yeah. After the demon dies with his son, Rokodaki takes Tanjiro and Nezuko to his face. Then the train on the mountains for a bit. So Tanjiro trains on the mountains. And he says, he tries to keep a journal. He says Nezuko's going to sleep for months. At 2.5 or 2 years, Tanjiro trains. He trains and trains and trains. Eventually, Rokodaki tells him that it's nothing worth for him to teach. Only tell him to cut that boulder, which is tough. After trying for many times, Tanjiro doesn't know what to do. Then he meets a young man named a young man with a fox mask. As he tells him he's not going to do it like that, they end up in a clash in a way, with Tanjiro being defeated pretty easily. But since this guy clearly wants to help Tanjiro on his training, tells the girl to watch over him. Tanjiro has the final names are Sabito and Makomo. They are Rokodaki students as well. So, for the next few months, well, not really 2 years, a year passed before that. So, for the next few months, it's a year now has passed, and Tanjiro's actually gone stronger. Repeats Sabito. I must do it. But it says to the opening thread. Since Tanjiro has a keen sense of smell. Until the two disappear. Tanjiro confused. I only noticed that the rock has been cut. But he swear he cut Sabito's mask. So, Rokodaki shows up impressed and tells the truth that he wasn't going to send him to final selection, a place where trainees will go to become demon slayers. But it's dangerous. Some will die if they're not careful. That's how dangerous it is. Rokodaki didn't want to send Tanjiro because he didn't want to lose any more children. Surely he's a kind man and like a father. It really makes you like Rokodaki. Seemed a little harsh earlier, but that's his own way of teaching Tanjiro. teaching Tanjiro not to. If he hesitates, he'll get killed. It's actually really clever. Showing he's a great character. Right, I currently have nearly all the arcs on Blu-ray, except for the Hashira Training arc, which is coming out sometime this month, I think. Or is it January? I don't know. We're also getting Tokyo Mew new on Blu-ray in the UK. Oh, joke. The original isn't available, but you can get the remake for some reason. Well, I did watch the remake as it was airing. It's an alright remake. You know, I think I'll do a season reviews when I'm more familiar with the source material, watch the anime, etc. You know, be myself familiar, I'll do reviews on them. So I'm gonna do. So, Donji. So yeah, Diamond's coming. Donji will send off the final section. Because he tells Rokodaki to say, thank you to Sabito and Makimo for him. See these. Rokodaki is shocked he knows those names. Why? Because Sabito and Makimo are dead. Basically, what Tanjiro saw were their spirits, their lingering spirits. Yet they can interact with the physical world, mostly because they're at a specific location. The souls of whoever bound to Rokodaki's place, they'll be able to rest. Essentially. Anyway, Tanjiro arrives at the final selection. As the camera focuses on 3 other people, saying they're going to become important. So, when you start reading the manga, you think they're going to join up as main characters. Yeah, that's what you initially expect in a manga series. But no, except for one, they don't exactly join the main cast. They do come up, they do help out later on. So, anyway, what's keeping them safe here is wisteria flowers. They will keep demons away. But beyond that, there are no flowers. So basically, they'll be surviving for 7 days there. They wish them good luck. So Tanjiro fights a few demons off before killed with a giant demon attack in one other demon there. Tanjiro protects him and got covered up with this guy who's been in prison for over 40 years by Rokodaki himself. Back when he was still a demon slayer when he retired. Well, even though he's the one who killed Sabito and Makimo, you killed all of Rokodaki's past students. That's what man, she could tell by the masks they wearing, the craftsmanship and stuff. Donjo does his best to fight, but doesn't do well in getting injured. But hearing his family's voices, Donjo will not give up. But then he'll find a cure for Nezuko. Like he fights, actually beheads the demon. And this is what I like about demons. You end up feeling sorry for these demons. Not you forgive them for their crimes, but you end up feeling sorry. Because they never chose to be demons. They don't really choose to be demons. Some were even manipulated to becoming demons by one man. Discover the only man who could create demons. Muzan Kibitsuji. It's dangerous. After 7 days, final selection's over. And Arjun and the 3 others we saw earlier survived. Possibly one more. Whoop. Anyway, as they get signed this step, they rank Mizumoto, the lowest rank. They're saying Kasagai crows that able to communicate on what missions they have. From the head of the team, basically the head of the Demon Slayer Corporation himself. so Tanjiro. And so they get to choose the already training swords. One of the survivors ends up causing the same was Tanjiro to stop him, nearly breaking his hand. And this guy's Japanese being the same actor who played Katsuki Bakugo in My Hero and Ren Okumura in Blue Exorcist. There's also Karma in Assassination Classroom. Great voice actor. But he always gets typecast as these how do I put it? As these hot headed youths. With these attitudes and stuff. Why do you always get the ones with attitudes? Well, Cameron was definitely just still like similar to them in a way. Seriously, he always gets cast as them. And this is glad I forgot to mention my Assassination Class reviews. Did you know Koro Sensei's voice actor in the Japanese version? It's also the same actor who played Yukio Okumura, Rin's brother. So basically, brothers united. It's funny to think about the brothers reunite on that series. I forgot to mention that in that review. I think the anime came out, uh, I don't know, 2 years. Came out 4 years later. No wait, Versus came out in 2011. Assassin's Classroom manga came out in came out a year later in 2012. It didn't end until 2014. The anime came out in 2015, ended in 2016. So 4 years. It was 4 years since he last was on Bruce's list, and a year Assassination Classroom ended, but it was the beginning of his of Kama's actor's other role as Katsuki Bakugo. And I did look it up. Yeah, anime was still ongoing at the time My Hero premiered. So anyway, I choose it. Anjo returns back home. Well, to Roki Donkey's base, but it's basically a second home. And Roki Donkey's really happy to see he's alive. It's a really good moment. And Tanjiro's able to help this spirits rest. And Tanjiro signed his first mission after getting his Nichiro and Soul from I Swordsmith Haganuska, who's fairly someone with a intriguing personality. To say the least. Who doesn't even come important until a little bit later on in the series, so keep your ears peeled for that. So Tanjiro's first mission is to find and stop the disappearance of young girls. Teenage girls, specifically 16. Here's a coming across. Here's a coming across about affected by this. It's the world he loved was taken from him. And went out and ended up facing against a swamp demon who split himself into three. Although Tanjiro found out earlier, they have a technique called blood demon art. Only those who are higher level can do it. Also, Nichiren's swords are the only thing that can kill him. Nichiren is made from a special material. So that's why they're able to cut and able to change colour depending on the wielder. And Tanjiro's turned black. So, which is rare. And Tanjiro and let's go defeat the swamp demon. They do not want, they basically too afraid to reveal any information about Kibutsuji. So Tanjiro kills him. After that's over, which is a great small arc, Tanjiro gets signed his next mission in Asakusa, Tokyo. He's never really been in the city before, so it's tough for him. And taking a break, he ends up surrendering from his scent, Kibutsuji. Counters him, but he's with a human woman and child. His wife and daughter, they claim. But he's definitely a demon. And well, instantly, Kibutsuji is turning someone into a demon right there in public. Or does Tanjiro stop him? When Kibutsuji knows in his earrings, they're basically Hanafuda earrings. Hanafuda is a type of playing card from the 20th century, on the 19th and 20th centuries. I mean, Nintendo used to be a playing card company as well. Which I can think you still buy some of their playing cards online. So yeah. Tanjiro. Kibusuji when Tanjiro vows to be that he will be kill him. Won't pay stuff he's done. Anyway, Tanjiro gets assistance from a woman named Tamayo and assistant Yushiro. But Tamayo is also demon, but she's not like the others. Anyway, she helps calm the patient down. Calms him down. Kibusuji, as he kills some bugs, and he's alone. Summons two demons to take Tanjiro. Why him specifically? Something to do with earrings being tied to someone Kibusuji despises. That comes a plot point later down the line. It's a really good mystery setup. Who is this guy? Why is Kibusuji so adamant about it? So, yeah. So Tanjiro ends up talking to Tamayo. Tamayo was a demon. Like Kibusuji knows, but she removed the curse and is doing everything of her own free will. She's a good person, good girl. She's a good demon. And Yushiro's a demon she chose herself. But through genetic modification and done on their own will. As in, they allowed her to do it. They allowed her to do it. And she always gives them a chance to change their minds and stuff. So basically, she wants to give her consent. Hey. Tanjiro asks the question if there's a possibility to turn humans back from demons. Is, but it needs to be created since there's no one exists. Do that. She needs two specific things to ask Tanjiro for help with. First, she needs Nesco's blood to understand it, which makes sense. And she needs blood of the strongest demons next to Kibusuji, aka 12 Kizuki. And speaking of devil, those two demons summoned earlier attack. As the woman Tamari claims she's the one with the 12 Kizuki. So, Tamari Demon, Owl Demon, these are two fights. Tanjiro versus the Owl Demon, and Nezuko and Yushiro face off against the Tamari Demon. In a really cool fight, Tanjiro managed to defeat the Owl Demon, but gets injured in the process. Well, he managed to take the Tamari Demon in a unique way, like the Tamari's Blood Demon art. It's basically for Roma that basically makes the brain, relaxes it. And well, the Tamari Demon doesn't spin the Kibusuji's name. Something they're not allowed to do. And we see why. A curse. As it basically doesn't kill her, but it destroys her body until sunrise. That's a horrific fate. Rolls on Magic Kibusuji's name. It's horrifying. So, yeah, it's dangerous. And tragic. We don't know her backstory, but moment where she wants her to marry before she dies. And Tanjiro gives her. It's truly a heartbreaking scene. Well, what they've done, they don't deserve that fate. You really despise Kibusuji at this point. And it turns out they're not members of the 12 Kizuki, because you can tell because the 12 Kizuki have numbers engraved in their eyeballs. Well, the Japanese characters for the numbers. Each ni san. So, yeah. And Tommy Harvest Tanjiro transfer Nezuko to stay here, but he declines as their family. A truly great moment. As Nezuko's put on the hypnosis to see humans as a family. And well, even though Tamayo's a demon, she sees them as human in a way, because of their kind nature. Because Yushiro has a bit of a jealous side when it comes to Tamayo. He's a lot funny. So yeah, I didn't get much detail on the arc, sorry. That was a good arc. Tanjiro on his road was the next one encounters a familiar looking boy with yellow hair, harassing a woman, begging her to marry him. Tanjiro was to break up the fight. open grades out. And welcome here. Tanjiro meets Zenitsu Agatsuma. Well, he tells us his backstory, but again, it's only for exposition here. But we do see the flashback a little bit later. So, let me see. At the end, they're going on the same assignment. So, yeah, basically. So, again, Zenitsu's not. They do have an issue with the characters in Zenitsu, but not right now. But now, I kind of like him. Shows he's maybe a bit of a womanizer, but he's not a bad person. So, but he's a massive glorified coward. Similar to cowards like Usopp and Pop, but but not in the growth department. Again, I will explain at a later date. Now let's focus on the reveal. So, end up into kissed by a mansion. Whose brother was taken by a demon. So, and they end up getting split up though. And they also deal with a boy wearing a ball mask carrying swords. The whole situation, Tanjiro manages to defeat the demon, the Suzumi demon. Suzumi's a type of drum. I won't just name the mansion, but it's a type of drum. Tanjiro was oppressed by his blood demon art though. Turns out the demon was a former of the 12 Kyuzuki, but was demoted because he wouldn't drink regular blood, so he drinks mochi out of rare blood. Basically picky. Anyway. Suddenly he has an encounter with this bald-headed guy. And he ends up protecting in the box 4 legs ago. He ends up knowing, he knows Tanjiro was carrying a demon, but understanding his reasons for protecting. This is why I like Zenitsu early on. It shows he has potential. He has potential to become a great character. Even though he's a coward, he's wanting to protect Tanjiro. He's wanting to protect the box, because it's important to Tanjiro. Showing he cares about his friend. Yeah, that's why you like the character early on. And then why he had potential, but he got squandered. So, yeah. Tanjiro comes out and stopping the fight, and a small fight against a guy named Inosuke Hachibira. And conflict, he ends up, his ball master coming up, being, he has a pretty face. Yeah. But he's a whole comedic part. He's supposed to be British, and he's wearing a ball hair, but and completely muscular. But he has a pretty face underneath the contrast that. It's funny. So anyway, Inosuke ends up tagging along with them, and he ends up staying resting at a mansion, which was saved, the owner was saved by demon slayers a long time ago, and helps them out with resting spots. Anyway, the whole situation with Nezuko, because Zenitsu's warming up with her. Also, Zenitsu has a little ability he doesn't even aware of. When he's asleep, he becomes braver, calmer, using a technique called thunder breathing. He shows the first form, thunderclap and flash. It's pretty cool. In those cases, his own self-taught technique called beast breathing. After some comedic moments, the three are sent on the next mission to Mount Natagumo. When they come to some horror faces, demon slayers being surrounded while they meet one of the demon slayers named Murata. By the way, it's never revealed in the manga until the final arc, but he also uses water breathing. So I assume he has a different water breathing teacher than Noroko Daki. And he says they should get someone higher up here. Otherwise they're dead. Basically, they arrived a while ago, but they started attacking each other for some reason. Murata's the only one who got out alive. The whole fight, they end up taking quite a few demons. The one who's controlling the also members, the ones that are still, there's probably still some alive. Anjo kills the demon, kill one of them. End up against a powerful demon, but he doesn't get split up in no same as Zenitsu, who went last because he's a coward. And he went in because the Anjo had no Nezuko with him. And the Suzuki Mansion arc was the only arc so far not to have heavily featured Nezuko, as she doesn't even appear till the end of the arc. So this is the only arc she's not involved in any combat. If you don't count the Hashira training arc and the rehabilitation training arc. But those are more break arcs for the Storm. So, Inosuke has a tough time with this fight, and he dies, but he's saved by Gyo Tomioka Hashira. So, yeah. And Tanjiro mistakenly thought the guy was a Kyusuke, but he's not. And Zenitsu ends up basically up against the Spider Demon. And we learn he only has one technique. And again, it shows potential for growth. As he didn't want to disappoint the old man, his teacher, kind man. He sees him like a grandfather. He sees him like family. And once Zenitsu originally had normal colour hair, but when he struck by lightning, it changed his colour. Also, in 2 episodes for the post-credit scene for the previews, they have something called Kimetsu Academy, which is his own spin-off series. Actually, you can watch manga and you can watch on YouTube, watch on Crunchyroll and stuff, or read the manga version. It's just more like a comedic spin-off with a character set in a school. I haven't seen the story myself, I've just seen the preview episodes. But the previews are quite unique. They just jump on the manga to tell you a Taisho era secret. At least they're jumping out the manga parts from season 1. On the occasion season 2. So yeah. Anyway. Also, Zenitsu was slowly turning into a spider because of the poison. But he's being rescued by Hashira, Shinobu Kocho. The two were sent there. They reported how bad it was. While Tanjiro faces out against the true mastermind, Rui, who actually is a member of the 12 Kizuki, lower rank 5. So yeah, it's a really good fight with Nezuko on the line as well. Now, two ended up learning new techniques. Tanjiro's water became something fire-like. And Nezuko started learning her own blood demon art, exploding blood. They even managed to cut off Rui's hair, but some of you they did not. He wrote towards his own hair, toward his own head. Not good. What are they going to do now? Luckily saved by Tomioka, who has his own. He has a new water demon technique, 11 form dead calm. Actually, it shows incredible speed. It looks like he's standing still, but he's moving very fast. Doing a lot of cuts. I must cut Rui's head off. We learn Rui's backstory. It's kind of sad. He was a sickly child. And Kimetsu basically manipulated him into being able to have a strong, agile body by becoming a demon. Well, his parents tried to kill him and kill him back. As they were going to kill themselves too, so they can live together. Not one Rui to suffer the fates. It's a truly heartbreaking thing. Rui was only a child, sickly. And he was manipulated by that bastard. He would do anything to gain personal gain of power. So, the situation is not over yet. As basically Shinobu and Dion and complain out because Tanjiro's carrying a demon. I never even saw it. There's something about the mansion. Tanjiro's basically put on trial in front of the Hashira, the highest level group. The highest level of a demon slayer. But even like the captains in Bleach and the Skull Saint Seiya, they're more powerful. You see, Tanjiro does explain himself, but one of them, Shinigami doesn't believe it. You see, he gives a test, and Nezuko managed to pass in a way. And also meet the master of the mansion, who's sickly. Poor guy. I see, he's accepted that Nezuko is a member of the Demon Slayer, and basically, if Nezuko does kill a human, Tanjiro and Gyo will commit senpoku, a type of suicide in Japan. Type of ancient samurai suicide. by stabbing themselves. They kill. Yeah, but some members haven't and accepted yet. Basically, the master tells Tanjiro to prove Nesco's worth by taking down a member of the 12 keys of key. So Tanjiro was sent off to recover. Yeah. And well, he and Osuke and Zenitsu end up going for rehabilitation training. we also meet Kanao from on in this series, and Aoi, who basically work under Shinobu. And while Tanjiro ends up being taught about rehabilitation, total concentration constant. And while Shinobu ends up revealing to him her past, her sister was a previous Princess Hashira, but she was killed by a demon. And her wish was for demons and humans to get along. Shinobu didn't think that first, but she ended up inheriting that dream from her sister. We won't know much about the demon who did it until much, much later, simply during the final arc, where she has a great fight. Shinobu, I mean. Anyway, eventually Inosuke and Zenitsu get in on the concentration briefing and manage to show Dylan Tanjiro after his first tells about the Human cover to try and ask Flame Rashura, Kyojuro, and Goku. It's going on a mission right now, so just I ended up getting the same mission too, thanks to Shinobu's recommendation. Well, Kimetsu ends up killing most of the lower rank of the 12 Kizuki, leaving only one. But basically, and becomes the antagonist for the next arc. I get a bit of a gag of the trains. Since Sancho and Inosuke up on the hills and stuff. Whereas Zenitsu's more of a town. It's more of a city boy. So, yeah. Anyway. The three head onto the train, with Rengoku waiting on there as well. And the main antagonist of the arc. Ending the first season. I skipped quite a lot, I'm sorry, but it is a good arc. It's a good season. If you don't watch it yet, I recommend it. Either on Blu-ray, or watch it on Crunchyroll, on Netflix, or even buy the freaking manga. Any way you want, I recommend you give it a chance. It's not a bad series. If you have the same criticisms as me or have your own criticisms, that's fine. You'll have to have your own opinion. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please thumbs up button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel, let you know videos because and I'll see you guys next time for another video. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Undead Unlock, actually. So, yeah. Kill Phoenix out.